Have you ever wondered what happens when worship goes wrong? Today I want to share a story that isn't easy to hear, but it's one every Christian family needs to know. Picture this. God's glory had just filled the tabernacle. The people of Israel stood in awe. God's presence was real, powerful, almost too much to handle. In that holy moment, Aaron's sons, Nadab and Abihu, had a job. They were chosen as priests, set apart to serve God. But then, something terrible happened. Nadab and Abihu took their censers, basically little fire pans, put fire and incense on them, and offered it before the Lord. But here's the thing, it wasn't the fire God had told them to use. They tried to worship God their own way, not His way. Suddenly out of nowhere, fire shot out from God's presence and consumed them, right there on the spot. In an instant they died before the Lord. It's hard to imagine, right? 2 sons gone, not for lack of enthusiasm, but for disobedience. Moses turned to Aaron their father and said, "This is what the Lord spoke, among those who approach me I will be proved holy, in the sight of all the people I will be honored." Aaron stood there silent. What could he say? He had just lost his sons to the fire of God's judgment. But God's instructions weren't done. He told Aaron and his surviving sons, Eleazar and Ithamar, not to mourn publicly, or even leave the entrance to the tent of meeting. If they did, they'd die too. Why? Because they were priests. They had to remain holy, set apart for God's service. Then Moses reminded them of something important. Never drink wine or strong drink when you enter the tent of meeting. You need to know the difference between the holy and the common, the clean and the unclean. God's message was crystal clear. When you worship, you must honor Him with all your heart, and obey Him completely. Worship isn't about what we want, it's about what God commands. So what can I learn from this tragic story? Worship is an incredible privilege, but it's also serious business. God wants me and you to worship Him with reverence, humility, and obedience. If this story moved you or made you see worship in a new light, don't forget to subscribe, follow, like, share, and comment below. Let's help others grow in the Word, and always remember to give God the honor He deserves.